Welcome to Waiting on the Trade, a comics book club for people who can't keep up with monthly comics. I'm Matt Ledger.
I'm Patrick Fitzgerald Fleck.
And I'm Tyler Marifke.
This month we're talking about the first volume of the recently relaunched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, written by Jason Aaron. Oh my god.
No!
I made my name and I messed up his.
Out of all the names to mess up, Aaron is the one you got wrong?
There's too many A's. There's too many A's.
Aaron, yes.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Key and Peele, yeah. All right, from the top.
We're doing this again.
I'm just gonna start it from this month. We got this.
Okay.
This month, we're talking about the first volume of the recently relaunched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, written by Jason Aaron and illustrated by a host of fabulous artists. Now, in case you need a refresher, this volume of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles picks up with the titular turtles separated and flying solo. But attacks by the Foot Clan quickly bring Raph, Mikey, Leo, and Donnie back together to face down not just the Foot Clan, but a new district attorney who is running roughshod over mutants and their allies in New York City. We did it. We made it through the intro. Tyler, welcome back to the podcast.
Yes. I knew we could do it. I was a little worried at first, but
I was mostly worried about me. So.
Yeah, we're a little rusty, but we got it. We're good. But no, to answer your question, I'm good. How are you guys doing?
I think equally good.
Excited to talk about what I expect is your new favorite comic book in the world, because it combines both of your two favorite things in comic books, Jason Aaron and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
You would be correct. Yeah, this I couldn't put it down. Like, admittedly, I waited way too long to read it.
You couldn't put it down because you had to finish it.
Yeah. Like,
by 7:30.
Yeah, no. I read it a couple days ago, but I was like, yeah, I think maybe I'll read half of it tonight, and then I'll finish off the rest tomorrow. And then next thing you know, I'm at the bonus covers and all the fun stuff at the end of the book, and I'm just like, oh no, never mind. We're doing this. Like, we're getting all the way through. I anybody who knows me knows that I am a massive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, but I think we've discussed this in the past when we've talked Turtles. Never was really into the comics. Was more of the cartoons and the movies. But I think this changes that. Like, the one-offs with the versus Batman or whatever. Those were fun comic book nonsense. This one's got some teeth to it and some running power, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I might be a Ninja Turtle comic book guy now, which was never a thing, and it's not a knock on the people who do like the comics and the black and white stuff, and that's how they got started. Like, I'm certainly not being like, the cartoons are the superior Ninja Turtle medium.
What a wild opinion to have if you had it, though.
Yeah, right. I just never got into it because I think they came out way before the cartoons kind of took off, and
yeah,
the cartoons were our generation of when we were young. They were still on TV and all that. So that was just what I consumed was the toys and the cartoons, and even with all the high praise that The Last Ronin is getting, I still haven't read it, which I'm now kicking myself that I should probably go and do that. But this was a really good starting point, because it's not a reboot; it's a soft restart.
I was interested about that question specifically because, like, this is a volume 1. Like, IDW put out a new number 1 with Jason Aaron on it. Like, we've got a whole bunch of kind of guest artists, I guess, before we get Juan Ferreira. Oh my god, I can't say names today. Juan Ferreira. Oh my god, Ferreira. Jason Aaron. Pat, edit this in post, huh?
Nope. I repeated it a couple times.
Juan Herrera is what I'm going with, and I'm sure that's wrong, but we're just gonna keep moving. On the last issue, and I think is the regular artist for the rest of the run.
Okay, that's good
Like,
because that was one of the two that I enjoyed.
okay, okay, that's a second question. We're getting there, but like, this is not really like a fresh start number one. This is still a continuation of the IDW continuity, which I think has been going since like I'll do a quick Google on this after I say it, but like God, early 2000s? Like there's hundreds of issues of IDW Turtles comics that come before this and they're not throwing those out. Like
Yeah,
especially in
Donna's really
the
fucked up.
Yeah, the
especially in the
Donatello stuff is
Donatello
like,
chapters, right?
yeah, yeah. Uh, the Donatello thing is one of the few things that I kind of knew with his like shell, because there's a very like the old turtle comics were violent as all get up. Not that this one was like super kid friendly. There's some pretty brutal scenes in this one, or like maybe not brutal, but like not what I expect to see when I see the Ninja Turtles. I don't expect to see Donatello get bashed across the head like that dude from The Walking Dead. But like, there's a scene in one of the older comics where Bebop and Rocksteady rip the shell off of Donatello, like, and that's why he's got this metal shell. And I'm like, oh, so yeah, that one very like specific scene. They don't talk about it right away, but they do talk about it later on in this book, where he's like, yeah, the artificial shell, feels heavier and stuff. I'm like, okay, so this isn't. We're not starting over. We're still running with all this stuff. We're still leading up to the last Ronin, which, spoiler alert, what happens with all that. But um, I think that's pretty cool that it was just kind of a soft reset. Like, here's where you guys can jump in. We'll get into it later.
Yeah, I guess along with that, like did the like hey something happened off panel to drive the turtles apart like MacGuffin work for you guys? Like are you at this point intrigued about what happened in the past, or are you like, what is going on with this? Like, this is frustrating to me and not actually exciting or intriguing?
It was more the second for me than the first. It was okay. It served its purpose. They have to split up the brothers somehow, right?
Yeah, so you can bring them back
Yeah,
together into the fist.
yeah. I'm curious. I am. I'm curious to see what it was. I always hesitate to, be like, I wonder if it was like the super major important thing or if it was something so silly. But it also, we've done a lot of Jason Aaron comics when I'm on.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Um, because if anything, I'm a one trick pony. Um, and
No, you have two tricks. It's the
uh,
turtles and Jason Aaron, and we're doing them both
that's
today.
yeah, yeah, yeah. This is it. It's like when I could do backflips on the third weekend of every month if it's a blue moon of an El Nino year. Uh, then I could pull it off. But until then, you're just gonna have to wait and see. But this feels also very Jason Aaron-y, doesn't it? Like there's a lot of the
Oh
comics that
yeah.
he's taken over, and like here's this thing that you don't even in Scalp, the last one we did, we're like, well, we all know why you're here. No, we don't. Like we have no idea what's going on, like why these guys are here, and this is all
Who
issue
killed
one or whatever.
mom? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So like this when I was reading it, I wasn't surprised that it took that direction of the like we're gonna hang this over your head and kind of dangle it just a little bit, in front of you until the end, and even by the end, you're not gonna exactly know what it is. That's on brand, it really is. So like, I guess I'm interested to see what it is because I'm invested in these characters because I have been
Sure.
for years and years and years, no matter how you look at it. So this is just a different take on it. And now I'm curious to see, like, okay, what would it be that would drive this wedge against him? Because they're not necessarily probably teenagers at this point in this book. They're probably, I
Mikey
mean,
says he
they are
is
by
in his
title.
chapter.
Does it? They've been just not paying enough attention.
Which again, no, I'm on the same page as you, where it's like especially as long as this series been running, it feels kind of weird, but like also it's in the title, so they kind of have to be. So I don't know. We play a little fast and loose, and that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe like 19 still counts. Got a teen, still counts.
19 and 3/4.
Yeah, right. It'd be weird if it was the middle-aged Ninja Turtles.
You could do 20-something Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that still
Yeah,
even has the same acronym. So
got a ring to it. Yeah.
20-something. No, judging from Chekhov's Dead Rat, I would assume that it's Splinter's death is what.
So this is the one thing I bothered to look up before we started recording. Splinter died a while ago in this continuity, so it's not that. Because I was like, is it just that when I was rereading it today? And I don't think it is. Because I was like, I think Splinter's been dead. And I did look that up, and that is true. So I don't think it's going to be that. It's going to have to be something different. That said, if in issue 9 Jason Aaron reveals that it is Splinter dying, I will eat these words, but I don't think it's going to be that.
I mean, he keeps bringing it up, right? Like, there isn't any other conflict that we see the brothers argue about other than the unknown tension from what happened is that they don't want to remind Donnie that Splinter is dead and the rat that he's talking to isn't him.
Which that is honestly, for as messed up as it is, I think one of my favorite bits of the whole book. I don't know, it's just like it's so I think I guess to bring this into a question like a discussion question, like I think Donnie and Mikey's chapters are my favorite chapters. I think
Hmm.
Donnie's is more interesting, but I also like Mikey's. I guess I would be curious if you guys agree, have different opinions. I am sad to say that Leo's is not my favorite chapter,
It's
given that
so
I'm a
weird.
Leo guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny that I think the last time we talked turtles, we all like said who our favorite turtles were,
Yeah,
and we all agreed that everyone's favorite is Michelangelo. But like we all know that you're Leo, I'm Raph, and Pat is Donatello,
Donatello, yeah.
yeah.
and I'm gonna agree on the Donatello one being by far the most interesting
Hmm.
story. Uh, and it's very like the stuff that he's basically in Fight Club, and
Yeah.
like doesn't know it, and but he's also playing the hero the whole time, and calculated about everything, and it's like very Donatello, but then also like fight or flight the whole way. And also just seeing him like in panel one when he like looks normal to when they break out, um or like when they finally all like group back together, how frail he looks, and you're like, oh no, this is like taking a toll on him both
He's so
mentally and
much
physically.
skinnier than all the other turtles in like both
Yeah,
the Chris Burnham art and in the Juan Ferreira art, like
Yeah.
noticeably more gaunt. And like
yeah,
it's very well done.
oh yeah, yeah. They could have easily done it where it was like, yeah, he got a good meal in him and he's starting to bulk back up. No, it was like, nah, we're sticking with this. Like he's messed up. Um,
There's a panel in the Burnham chapter where it's after Raph and Mikey and Leo show up, and they look so much like the cartoon versions of the characters. Like they look just like straight up they could be in a scene from the cartoon, and they're standing there across from Donatello, and Donatello just looks like so fucking wrecked in comparison.
yes, I think I know. Yeah, they're just like old times, right? Is it that scene where it's like
Yeah,
just like old times, and then it cuts to the like wide shot, and it's yeah, just like old times, and he just looks like he could barely
yeah,
stand, and yeah.
yep.
Um, but yeah, I think he's definitely got the most interesting like start of the book, and then his chapter is good. Michelangelo is a close second because it does show that now they're not hiding in the sewers and they're not like trying to be unnoticed and unseen. Like the turtles are known now. Like they're known commodities, they're known heroes, they're known like beings essentially. Where a lot of the stuff that's not the case. Like they're trying to be um underground and hidden, and he's like, nah, if we're gonna be broken up and if we're not gonna be in the hero game, I'm gonna go
He
cash in.
decided to be a Japanese television
Yeah,
star.
which is hilarious. But also like he's you start to see the like more serious side of him come out as well. Like the whole metaphor with the nunchucks, you got to beat the crap out of yourself before you can be good at it, and like this is all I've ever done, and this is what I do. Um, you're like, oh, he's not just the party dude anymore. Like he's starting to be like like he's taking it more seriously now. But now he doesn't have the other three to prove it. Like, so I think that his was a very interesting dynamic. Raphael's makes sense. It's not that interesting. It's not that deep.
Yep.
He's the hothead. Now he's in jail and he's basically an informant. It's fine. It's cool. Like he has some cool scenes. And Leonardo's was strange, but fine. Very
Yeah,
Leonardo.
Leonardo's was really weird, and like I'm kind
Yeah.
of I'm kind of mad about it because like Cliff Chiang, who did the art in that chapter, is like one of my favorite artists, and so like I really dig the art for most of it, but like that chapter is
Right.
just so odd. Like I don't know. I really wanted to like that one more. I really expected to like that one more, and like it just kind of I think that's one of the chapters that for me kind of suffered from the like inciting incident or like breakup happening off panel cuz like Leo has retreated all the way to India to like figure out what's going on with his lives and his brother's lives potentially, and like you don't really understand why. And so like the whole rest of that chapter follows from a thing we haven't seen, and thus it being as weird as it was doesn't make a ton of sense to me at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, the soft-shelled turtles eating dead bodies. That's a weird. And he like went to them to be eaten, right?
I don't know. I couldn't like. There were a couple spots in
Ah,
there too where the narration was just saying stuff, and I was like, I don't really understand what's happening other than this is trying to project an air of like stoic
Mysticism.
meditation, like inner
Yeah.
reflection stuff. Like I get what's happening, but it doesn't feel like it's like concrete to me. Like I don't really understand what he's trying to achieve there. Cause like there were bits where I was like, did he go there to get eaten by these turtles? But he understands they don't eat alive people. So like I don't know, man.
He sought them out. Yeah, I don't know.
he did have his Superman moment though. Like he's like the badass who could take on an army moment.
Yeah, did love
Which I
that.
thought was cool. Like, yeah, that part was great. Like the flick of the thumb on the sword, and like the panels just I thought those were really cool. That even the helicopter crashing, you're like, this dude went all out. And then when he takes the foot soldier and smashes his head up against the face recognition and then tosses him, I was like, yep, okay. Like there was definitely the don't forget I'm the leader like moment, right? Like there's a
Yep.
reason my chapter is last, and there's a reason that I'm going to bring everybody back together. Like
It's
that
like
that
I am
part
the
I
one
thought,
who will take care of business here.
yeah, like if I have to, I will. And that part was cool, but like otherwise, it was a very confusing. Like everything leading up to that, I was like, all right, so there's turtles. He's talking to turtles now. All right, that's cool. All right, cool, cool, cool.
I did also really like the page, the like the six panel page of him meditating and just like sitting there and
Yes.
getting flooded out and then like starting to shake a bit. Like that one I really loved also.
Yeah, like I'm not super familiar with artists and stuff in the comic book world because I'm a casual reader at best. But I did like the art in that one a lot. I like the art in all of it. I'm not gonna lie, the whole thing was art was one of my favorite parts of this whole thing. The writing was good, the
Yeah.
action sequences are great, but the art was a huge standout for everybody, in my opinion. I know Pat said he only liked two of them, but man, I
Like
was
two of
like,
them, yeah.
this stuff's great.
Yeah,
I love
Pat
all this.
Pat, which two did you like?
I liked the Raphael one and the last one. Were the two that I didn't
Okay.
dislike them,
Yeah,
but those
I
were
know.
the two that I liked.
He hated him. He hated it. We know he's not a comic book guy.
Nope, not at
Well,
all.
he's not a superhero guy. That's what
Patrick
it was, right?
Fitzgerald
I
Flack
can't
notably hates comic books. That's why he talks
Hates
about them every
comic books.
month.
remember.
I mean, to be fair,
Yeah.
I think I
Well, it's
have
only once
said
a
those
month, to be
words.
fair. It's
I
only
think you
once a month.
specifically do hate superhero comic books, though. I think Tyler's right.
Yeah.
So what about the Joel Jones and the Juan Ferreira issue? Did you like? Like, why did those two specifically speak to you?
I think the colors probably had a lot to do with it. It also just looks cleaner. I know they were going for like a grungy look for the Donatello stuff to like fit the story that's being told,
Yeah.
but I I really liked like the fight scenes and stuff in both the Raphael issue and the last one are really nice and easily readable, which I appreciated.
Yeah. I do think of these artists, the one that I would put on the book as the regular artist is probably Juan Ferreira. Like, that choice makes sense to me. Like,
Yeah,
I think it's a cool bit to open up the relaunch with like different artists for each turtle.
I
Like,
do feel
I think
like
that's a cool stunt.
yeah, and I do think the art style of that last issue does a good job of blending a more modern style, but still honoring the original designs of the turtles. Like occasionally, like certain profiles or like close-ups of their face will look like
Yeah,
the
when I can
original
see
designs.
Raphael's gums, I know it's going well. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know the
yeah.
art
Yeah.
is being done correctly.
Yeah.
So that's cool to see. It's not like super stylized and they lose like where they came from. It's still there, which is fun.
Also, I think the like very offset different colors of each turtle is done well in that one. Probably the best.
Mhm.
Like they almost look like the person just took the action figures out of the box and said, "I'm just going to redraw these and put them in a comic book." Because there's some like images where I'm like, "Yeah, that looks like one of the many action figures sitting behind me here in the box, right?" Like the colors are spot on, with like just the little tint of green or like extra green in Michelangelo and like the the kind of paler color in Donatello. Like I'm like, yeah, yeah, no, this is great. I agree. I think if I haven't read them past this, but I probably will once they come out. Uh, I think it's the best choice if he's off and running with the ball because
Yeah.
some like even like some of the like more ninja aspects like they're when the firefighters are like turning the hose on them when they're jumping off the roof
Mhm.
and they're all like shadowed out, you can still tell the personality of like which turtle is doing what. And that's hard to do and that's the
Yep.
one. You just post it in Discord. Like that scene is so freaking cool, but you can still tell who everybody is
Yeah, the
because
lighting
it
they do in that is really cool.
differentiated everybody so well. So um if you're gonna read it, like if this is the selling point that we do, read it for the art at least. Like at least look at all the pretty pictures. 170 pages of really pretty pictures. Just do that. That's minimum.
Yeah, and Ferreira's on like uh pencils, inks, and colors essentially too. So like that's
Oh,
all
really?
him, which is
Wow,
pretty wild given
that's
how
awesome.
I don't know, detailed and atmospheric it is. Because yeah, you're
Yeah,
totally right, Tyler. I'm looking at that panel Pat put in Discord, and it's just like you can easily tell which turtle is which. There's like just the little hint of color on their bandanas that gives it
Yep.
away. If their body language didn't, which it does, like it's so easy to tell when they're in silhouette emerging from a smoke cloud, which one is which. And then
Yeah.
yeah, Pat followed up with like my favorite thing, which is like if you can see Raphael's gums, it's being done correctly.
Not only that, but like the grit in the teeth in Leo and like the
the
spit coming
texture of
out,
everything. Yeah.
texture of everything. It really is. Oh, it's a well done book, art wise. Like the whole and even the and this isn't like knocking the other artists too, because I think they all did like Pat was saying, each one has its distinct look for whatever reason it was to tell that story. Like the Michelangelo one, where he's got all the when he puts on the sunglasses and grabs the diamond encrusted
Yes, the
nunchucks,
nunchuck.
and it's like a disco inferno. Looks awesome. Like it's such a cool page, but it wouldn't have worked anywhere else. Like that would only work on that page and in that that chapter. After that, it would have been they like flash back to it, but I
Yeah.
don't think it really would have worked anywhere else. And then even with
Yeah.
the chapter of the villain, like they make it everything way more humified. That's not a word.
Yeah.
More
It
human,
kind of
right?
is
Like
a word.
yeah. Um,
So that would be
like
my
they don't.
least favorite issue, I think, just because it felt bland to me compared to everything else is so stylized, and then we have this one.
It's kind of the
Yeah,
point,
I
isn't
think
it? Because he never gets noticed. That was kind of the idea.
Maybe.
Maybe I don't know. That's kind of what I
that
took
issue
from
for
it.
me too is like, so we talked about the Michelangelo, like, you hit yourself with nunchucks before you can hit other people, right? Like, you beat yourself up metaphor, like, and that's
Mhm.
very much I don't know, that's a Jason Aaron metaphor to me, in that, like, it's, like, kind of very on the nose and over the top, but, like, it works. And there are times where the Jason Aaron metaphors and, like, over the topness and on the noseness don't work for me, and I feel like Hieronymus Hale is entirely that, where it's just, like, he's just a
Yeah,
bit much throughout that whole thing, where it's like he's very consciously being set up as this guy who is this opposing force to them, and like everything in his life that we're shown is that, and it's just like something about it just like doesn't quite, I don't know, it doesn't quite click for me. It doesn't quite get across the line. Like, it very much feels, I don't know, like, there's a decent subset of comic writers that do this, and I think it makes sense because, like, comic books are trying to be cool, especially like this, like, superhero adjacent comic books. So like you're trying very hard to do cool stuff, and you just like kind of overshoot it or come at it like a little bit askew, and it just misses. And I don't know how to, like, I don't know, like, you still have to take the shot, right? Like, the Michelangelo one worked for me. That was pretty cool, but like the Hieronymus Hale stuff, I feel like just not didn't quite get there. I don't know.
I mean, Hale as a villain didn't really land for me at all. Like, I don't know,
I think the
evil
worst part about
politician.
the worst part about him is it's a little too on the fucking nose in reality. Um, but also, he's not the main guy. Like
Yeah,
he's a pawn, and you know it by the end of the issue. They're like, oh yeah, this guy, he's going to be the fall guy. But yeah, he's he's somebody that they can like the public will be able to blame after the fact, but the Foot Clan gets to still hide in the shadows.
sure.
Oh, they're not really doing that in this. They're straight up murdering people on the
I was gonna
Capitol.
say they
So,
are straight up doing
yeah,
2025 shit.
yeah. This I think I read this the day DC was taken over by the cops, but we won't get into it. We're not gonna.
I mean, we can. We also don't have to,
Listen,
but
all
we
I'm saying
can.
is, thank God this beer in my glass is still fake. You know what I mean?
It did feel like they were trying to set up Hale like a kingpin, but Hale really doesn't have the presence that Kingpin has. Like, I
More of
never
a
took him
penguin.
seriously. Yeah, like
More of a penguin.
bumbling, like too caught up in his own emotional baggage for being ignored,
I don't
which
know.
doesn't make any
Bumbling pretty
sense.
dangerous though, Pat, as we just discussed.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess.
yeah. He hates an entire race of beings and now has power and is using it. Yeah, no, definitely not on the nose at all.
I was gonna say, now that we've talked about it, maybe I'm the dummy. Maybe it's not over the top.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, but like I said, I think uh I'm uh I'm in the sense too of like we already know that he's not the main bad guy. He's just kind of the face
Yeah.
of the bad guys and right now and they're gonna I gotta see how it goes, but he's definitely the minute he gets face to face with the turtles, he's screwed. So
I
he's not a threat.
wonder. I wonder if that is actually part of it. Now that you say that, I haven't really thought about it. Where it's like, the same way we don't know what what broke the turtles up going into this. We have no idea what Karai is off doing, and like maybe that's where the part of where the disconnect is for me, because like multiple times in the book, the turtles mention that the Foot Clan are kind of like fine, or they used to be fine. Like they're like, oh yeah, we're fine
They
with
were
them, and
peaceful
then
for
like
years. Yeah.
and now we're not, and it's like, well, why though? Like what's going on with that, and like why specifically pick out this guy that you know is going to like not even that you know is going to attack the turtles. It sounds like she specifically like said, "Hey, go attack the turtles." And like they're if they hadn't been attacked, they would not be coming back to New York at this point. So like is that part of the bit? Is like that like, "Oh, I need them here for some reason, so like please go attack them because I know you'll fail." Like I'm kind of interested to figure that out now that we've had this discussion, cuz like that's kind of what I was trying to wrap my mind around going into the discussion today is like if Hale hadn't attacked the turtles, they wouldn't be in New York to mess up whatever he's doing in New York. So like,
Yeah.
why bother?
Yeah, if he's so anti-mutant, why bring the most powerful mutants? Not powerful, I guess, but like obviously
No,
the
but
ones
like,
that have saved the day multiple times. Why
yeah,
bring them back into
the
the fold?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Why bring them back?
Yeah, yeah. Go get the four frogs or whatever.
The 40-something mutant samurai frogs.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I agree. It is kind of a weird thing, but I'm sure it will all be foretold at some point, right? Like, and knowing Jason Aaron, his MO is like, remember all that continuity that you guys knew? Time to blow it up and
Yeah.
find some, like again, it's kind of his thing. Um, from Thor to Ghost Rider to I'm guessing now the Turtles. He will take liberty with something that has always been like a known fact and be like, ha, 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 yeah,
But you didn't
no,
know this about that.
yeah, we're running in a different direction, or even to a lesser extent, the comic that shall but not be named that I picked a long time ago, Original Sin. Damn it, I did it. Oh no, the Watcher's really been Nick Fury. Like, what? No, that doesn't make any sense. But all right, cool. Um,
Speaking of Jason Aaron over the top tries that didn't quite work.
Mm.
There you go.
there it is. There's one of them. Go back, listen to the episode. You'll understand why. Crapping on my own episodes. Boy, that's a way to get listens, let me tell you.
I mean, again, discussions about comics are good regardless of whether the comics are quote unquote good. So,
Yeah, right. We were all there for Ring of Fire. How did you get? I know you guys' favorite character is Casey Jones. How did you feel about his introduction into all this?
fine. Like, again, it's
Yeah,
one of those
I
things where
thought it
it's
was
just like,
good.
he showed up.
And he's here.
He's in a coma because I don't know why. Like, I mean, I know why, but
If you're
like
gonna,
at the same time, it's another one of those like nice comic book tropes of like, oh, he was shot and he's in a coma.
yeah, if you're gonna shoot to kill, right? Like I don't understand that
Yeah.
either.
Gotta keep
So
him on
again,
ice until they need him.
yeah, is there like another reason that you didn't kill him? Right? Like, there's got to be some reason that you're bringing in all these like main antagonists to the antagonist. It doesn't make any sense. So
I mean, it's just
I'm curious.
mostly it's just to let Hale like show that he's a threat, right? I was gonna say badass, but he's not a badass. He's still not a badass. But like show that he means business, I guess. Like he gets to take out a secondary protagonist, so good for
Sure.
him. But like,
I mean, I think it's just to reassure fans of the Turtles that Casey and April are still going to be in this.
hanging around,
'Cause
yeah.
look, here they are. Yeah.
But we're not gonna go to Mutant Town. Don't worry. We're gonna slow burn into that one.
Oh yeah, can't reveal all the characters. right away. That'd be ridiculous.
Do you
They'd
guys
be
know
bringing in.
how people get mutated in this universe? I don't know, other than the ooze from the
I
vials
think it
that.
is some sort of chemicals or something. So like from what I know about this, and this is kind of like stuff from having listened to other podcasts where they talk about the Turtles comics or like just general internet knowledge I've picked up. So like somewhere at the end of the initial IDW creative team's run, I think is when like Mutant Town became a thing, and it became a thing because some sort of bomb or something went off where there's like a mass mutation, and so it was like, what are we gonna do with all of these mutants? So like it was, I think it's humans that then became like mutants, not animals that became
Animals?
mutants, but like
Interesting.
um
Yeah.
so like that's like when Casey's talking about Mutant Town, that's what he's talking about. And so from
Oh,
there, Sophie Campbell had a run for a while before this that like a lot of it centered around the Mutant Town stuff from what I know. So like it's very much a thing that's in play, and because it's in play, basically Jason Aaron has to like write himself out of them going there. There's that whole exchange where like Mikey and Raph are like, I think Mikey's like, "Hey, we should go to Mutant Town and get help," and Raph is like, "We can't go to Mutant Town and get help. They'll get involved in this." And then Mikey's like, "I wish you'd thought of that before you came to me." Um,
Yeah. Then they
so
punch
it's
each other
like
in the
it's
face.
very
Yeah.
much trying to thread that needle of like keeping the previous continuity, but also just like not dealing with the fact that there's a whole burrow of mutants out there.
Yeah, and I think it. I might say at the start of the whole thing where it was like some people choose to get mutated.
oh,
Um,
missed that.
I think maybe I'd have to go back all the way to the fucking beginning. Hold on. Got to do some scrolling here. But
I was gonna say I don't see that in my copy, but that doesn't mean it's not in if you've got digital, because I've got the physical from the library.
I mean, it would make sense if it's a or like it's a thing that you do or are exposed to that then mutates you. It would make
yeah,
sense that some people would want that. It's not like mutants in Marvel where they're born a
Yeah.
born
mutant.
that way. Yeah. Oh my god, how many pages did I scroll? Oh, now I figure out how this works. Guys, I am, if anything, an expert at Kindle technology.
Heck yeah.
I don't think anyone can be an expert at Kindle technology because it would have to work well for someone to be an expert at it.
Is it when
Okay,
Donnie
maybe not.
finds the
It's
truck of them?
no, it's before that.
Okay.
It's when the business guy is like trying to prove that he's tough. No, maybe not. Maybe I misread something.
No
Um,
worries.
where the guy's like, he's like, "Oh yeah, it's you get 5 minutes Ferrari time," and the guy goes, "This is all legal, right? Same as hunting deer or turkeys. I mean, I've heard the stories about how crazy New York has gotten, but at the end of the day, they're all just animals, aren't they?" And the guy goes, "Oh yeah, pal." And then ain't nothing but animals here. And then he kind of talks about how each one. And I thought maybe he mentioned somewhere that it was like, I'm surprised somebody wanted to do this, but maybe I misread it.
No worries. That does still give us a chance to talk about the fact that Jason Aaron was very much setting that opening chapter up to make you think it was Raphael in
Yeah,
that like zoo prison cell, and then it ends up being Donatello.
yeah, well, yeah, because everything screams like, "Oh, this guy chooses all the fights," and
He's a tough guy.
yeah, that sounds like Raphael. Oh no, it's what? It's the nerd. That's cool. Who beats him up with a
Donatello seems
mop?
like he's had an awful time in the lead up to this particular volume
Yeah, he's
one.
not
Like
doing good before he got
yeah,
kidnapped
like
into
when
a
you get
fight
his
ring.
chapter and he's like, "Yeah, I was like going through time and that didn't work out well and like my artificial shell, which I have because I guess my other shell got ripped off of me, like that's not feeling great." And also like oh yeah, I've been dabbling in the mystic arts and that's not going super good either. Like whew, buddy, like that I feel like was the most continuity we got in this book from like the previous
Yeah,
volume. And then like it was like it was actually I think employed pretty well as far as like, hey, Donatello, that guy's been through some shit. So maybe give him a little bit of grace when he decides that this rat is Splinter.
Yeah.
You're right.
We didn't talk much about that, but that is the funniest bit and also the saddest bit in the whole comic. Like the scene where Leonardo goes, "Well, I guess it's up to us," and he turns and like Donatello's like
Yeah,
petting the rat, and he goes, "Like I said, guess it's up to me." Like
this is up to me.
there's there's some really good humor in this book mixed in with a lot of the like sadness or even the extreme of it all. Like I don't know. I just really liked it. I really did.
Yeah, and I
Which
think that's I don't know, like I'm very happy about that first off because I always really like when we pick a book and the person who read it actually really likes it because it's rarer than you would think. Um,
again,
but
pretty
also
easy to
like
tee up this one.
yeah, this one is kind of like if this didn't do it, I don't know what the hell we're doing here.
Yeah,
We cancel
yeah.
the podcast.
Cancel the podcast. It's
Um,
over. You had a good run.
but I do think Aaron's got a really good handle on each of the turtles' voices too. Like I think he gets what makes each of them unique, and that really helps. Like I think part of that is maybe what the spotlight chapters are about is they give him like time to get a grasp on each turtle before they come together again. Um, but I think that I don't know, as like that chapter where they're all functioning as a group, like that final chapter, like they all feel like them in a very distinct way. Like, and it's not just down to the art; it's also down to like the percentage of Raphael's dialogue that is just the words "Shut up, Mikey," which I think is probably close to 20% in that issue.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much just Donnie for the shut up, Mikey. Yeah. Like it's good stuff. I don't know, it does a lot of stuff really well. And it does modernize a lot of it too. Like the scene where all the people have their phones out and they're videoing them fighting firefighters and the cops and yeah, that's in Times Square. And they're like, look at all these bad pictures of the turtles and stuff.
Which is just different scenes from the comic. It's so funny.
Earlier
Yeah,
in the comic, yeah.
earlier in the comic and
Killers in a half shell.
yeah, which is fun because, you know, they were heroes in a half shell before.
Where'd they get the
Um,
picture of the dead warden? That's what I want to know.
well,
And why would
you
why
know,
would they
that could be
broadcast on Times Square?
but like there's just a lot of each turtle feels unique. They all have their moments to shine and no not one of them steals the show. Like it's really well balanced the way that he had them all kind of do their thing. Even like when the firefighter when he's pulling the axe back on Donnie. That's pretty cool. Like, or it's like a pretty like, oh no, this is gonna be bad. And then when he leans forward and then beats the crap out of him. Like even Donnie, who's talking to a dead rat, is got his moment to shine in the end too. So, um,
I
I
mean, Donnie took on all the crazies at the Fight Club and then turned around and saved them all from the foot soldiers before any of his brothers showed. I think Donnie was doing pretty good.
Yeah,
yeah,
Donnie kicked ass in this volume, and also
Yeah.
like related to that, I think if I wasn't gonna put Juan Ferreira on the book, I would probably put Chris Burnham on the book as the regular artist because I think he does a great job of, I don't know, straddling that line of them being like cartoonish and superhero-y, but also like making it grim and gritty in the way that Aaron's leaning
It's a little,
into. So
it's a little too grungy for me. I don't know.
too much for you? Yeah, that's fair, I guess.
Yeah.
which one was his? His was
The
The
Donatello
Donatello
stuff.
chapters, yeah.
Donatello stuff. Yeah, but it paints the picture, right? Like,
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
no. I think it was like an actual on purpose Guardians of the Galaxy 3 callback when they show the like I know he has nothing to do with it, but it's a little like borrowing of caged
Caged
smart
animals.
animals that look suspiciously like the characters from Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I mean, there's an otter right next to him. Like,
Yeah, the otter like
yeah.
looks exactly like the otter from that movie. Which, not to change the subject, but have you guys seen that movie?
I have.
It's the
Yes.
saddest goddamn thing. Like, I didn't expect it to be that sad. I watched it with my dad. I'm trying not to cry while
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, I gotta look tough. I look over my dad. He's like bawling his eyes out, and I was like, shit, we're all doing this. Oh no. Anyways, that's a whole different thing. You can edit that out.
So,
The
I mean,
dad
I
movie was
was
the second one, though, Tyler. Come on. Good.
I was gonna say I think I've probably told you this before, Pat, but like I was running at the YMCA once and the third Tom Holland Spider-Man movie came on and it was the scene where the Green Goblin kills Aunt May and I almost cried on a treadmill and that was bad.
Way different reason why I cry on treadmills. Most of the time I'm crying on a treadmill because I'm on said treadmill. And I'm just disappointed that it's come this far, you know? Like,
Right. You could have disguised it. It would have been, yeah, why is he crying? Oh, normal reason.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
because he's watching a
Guardians
movie.
3.
yeah, yeah. No, yeah, if I'm on a treadmill, by the time the half-hour timer goes off, I'm watching TV. I'm like, yeah, okay, good. I'm not even running. God knows if anybody's seen a picture of me. That's not happening. Just a brisk walk with maybe some uphill inclines every now and then, and I'm like, why am I doing this?
Better your life, Tyler.
I guess. I guess.
Same
Ugh.
reason we read Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comics.
Yeah, but that's way more enjoyable. That's way more enjoyable.
Just set the Kindle up on the treadmill and you're good to go.
I see people
So,
do it. I don't understand how. I feel like I would
yeah,
get motion sickness or something.
the most I've done is I have, like, when I'm riding the bike or something along those lines, and I want to do a little bit longer than the half hour, is I'll pull up like a Simpsons episode on Disney Plus or something, or like pulled up Bob's Burgers on Hulu on my phone, and I'll have that playing because I figure if I can make it through the episode, that's getting close. Maybe I'll do 2 episodes, and that kind of equals out to what, like 45 minutes of like TV time without the commercials. But I am too cheap to pay for Hulu without commercials. And what'll happen is, I don't know if you guys have Hulu, but a lot of their commercials are like hymns and Blue Chew and stuff like that. You want to talk about another reason to cry? Somebody looks over and they see your phone
Just seeing an
and it's
ad
all
for Blue Chew.
advertisements for for hymns and Blue Chew. I'm like pedaling faster. Everything's fine. Don't worry. It's okay.
Hey man,
As
time
if
comes for us all.
as if pedaling faster can make the commercial go faster, or just to
Yeah, so
prove
I'm like, hurry
your
up.
manliness.
Yeah, it's more that. I'm like, see, look it, I don't need it. It's fine.
Of a
I can
raging
pedal this
boner
thing. I can
right
pedal this
now.
thing so hard.
Anyways, boy, this went off the rails quickly, didn't it? That was good. We were doing so good, and then, oh
I mean,
boy,
you guys were doing so good. I haven't been able to say a name right basically the whole night, so we'll again put this one on me. It's probably my fault. Did you guys have anything else you want to talk about, like, I guess more specifically in the book? And then I was thinking we could seg into, and I think I know Tyler's answer to this, like the would you keep reading it question.
I don't have too much to point out. Otherwise, like, I think there's enough little things that, like, if we took the time to go over every little thing that was cool or that kind of stood out, we'd be here forever and ever. Like the subtle Bebop and Rocksteady, like the fact that they were only in there for
Yeah.
3 or 4 panels, but they were impactful panels was cool, but they didn't even get to say anything. Like, that was fun. The like I said, the humor mixed in with the non-humor, it was good. Yeah, it's, you just got to read it. Just got to read it. There's no reason people shouldn't be reading this. It's good stuff. So no, nothing in specific.
Yeah, I can't follow that up, so I think I'm good.
So Pat, are you gonna read volume 2?
Oh, Matt, why you gotta start with me?
I know
Probably
Tyler's
not.
answer.
I am neither a huge fan of Jason Aaron. I have an appreciation for the Turtles, but not enough, probably, to keep me going. I enjoyed my time with this.
Fair enough. Tyler, I think you're pretty vehemently on. I will read this comic until into the ground.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick up the next one. Obviously, too far gone to like jump into the monthly stuff. Plus, I don't have time for that, and that's why this show exists.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna wait for the next trade to release because this one didn't come out that long ago.
No, it's actually timely.
Yeah, this one is pretty new. Um, and yeah, the reason I didn't jump into it when it was announced, because when it was announced, I was like, this is only going to be great. And I think you even messaged me being like, in case you didn't know.
I was like, they
And I was
made this
like,
comic for you, Tyler.
yeah, this was it. Like they were like, we got this. And same thing, just didn't have time to run to the comic shop and get the stuff and, make a pull list and all that. Like I just was like, I'll get around to it when it comes out, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait for volume 2, and I'm gonna buy volume 2 and 3, and I'll buy that. However, there is like now like a 60% chance I go backwards too. Like I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
maybe start not from the top. Like I'm not gonna go all the way back. But I might try to find some good jump in points to where you might have something. But at the same time, I'm thinking, yeah, okay, we're here now. This is fine. And then I don't have to like worry about Mutant Town, or I don't have to worry about some of this other stuff that they gloss over, and maybe I could just experience it for the first time now going forward. Um, I think this was the perfect soft reset to get people into it. And I for sure 10 out of 10 will be going and getting the next one when it comes out.
I have heard really good things about the IDW run, basically like from the jump. And I actually have the first issue of that reboot, I guess it would be as a free Kindle download, and I've read that like probably 4 or 5 times just because it's something quick to read and I always enjoy it, but I've never actually moved forward from there. So like I kind of got the same, I don't know, like urge as you from this, where it's like, oh, I'd go back and read that IDW stuff. Like I should probably check that out from the library at some point. I've been like, it's been on my list for forever and I just haven't gotten around to it. So I'll probably do
And
that.
again, like I said, this was never the way I looked at the turtles. Like it was never even on the radar, like to read the comics, which is weird to me. Like looking back now, because uh, if anybody doesn't know, I have so much Ninja Turtle stuff, and I keep saying this that I have to get a tattoo because of Movember Foundation, and I haven't done that yet. But I have narrowed it down to, I'm pretty sure, a Ninja Turtle tattoo. Um, and if I get it done before this airs, I'll send you guys a picture. If not, I'll send you guys a picture anyways. But um, like the turtles are my jam. Like it's honestly like the one thing that, not the one thing, I shouldn't say it, that brings me joy in life, but like it's been the most consistent thing. Like I have been a fan of the turtles since I was a kid. So the fact that I never read the comics, or never had like even any interest in picking one up until now, is silly. But now I'm all in. Like I'm like, yeah, this is a good way to do it. Like if you didn't like the Michael Bay movies, that's fine. I get it. And you don't want to watch whatever new cartoon is going to reboot, or whatever the next thing is on entertainment, or the games or whatever. However, Shredder's Revenge is fantastic and everyone should buy it. This is a good way to do it. This is a good way to take in the Ninja Turtles and what makes them good.
I don't think I can top that. So I think we'll let it lie. Um, do you guys have any additional recommendations for people? I assume, Tyler, there's other turtle stuff you could throw people at if they liked this.
Well, I'm going to recommend yeah, I'm going to recommend The Last Ronin because that's what I'm about to go buy because that's the other big turtle comic book. Like that kind of put them back on the map a couple years ago when that came out. So I would say The Last Ronin. It's jumps way into the future. You know what happens, and it's not a happy-go-lucky story by any stretch of the imagination. I know enough about it to where I can at least speak on. I know what happens, and I know how they get there. But I want to know more in detail of how they got there, if that makes sense. So I would say The Last Ronin. I can't remember who wrote it off the top of my head, but yeah, TMNT The Last Ronin would be my suggestion. Keeping it in the comic book world.
Another book that I've heard nothing but good things about, so that is probably a good suggestion. And it's the original Boys. It's Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird with Tom Waltz as the writers. So yeah, probably good. Pat, you got any recommendations?
I really don't. I've been trying to rack my brain for the past couple of days. Just could not think of anything. So I'll double down on Tyler's.
We haven't even really read anything by these artists on the podcast before because we still haven't gotten around to Paper Girls yet somehow, which is Brian
Yeah,
K.
this
Vaughan
is
and
crazy.
Cliff Chang.
Mm.
Yeah, that's interesting actually because if you're now I'm thinking about it because my recommendation was going to be just like go backwards and read the IDW stuff from the jump because it's supposed to be good
Sure.
from what I've heard, but like the maybe I'll follow up on this in the show notes, but like if you like a specific artist in this, could I point you towards
Sure.
specific other books? Maybe not right this second, like I could, but I don't know if they'd be the right ones. But I'll think about that. Maybe I'll get that in the show notes.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll
is
point them
highlighted as well.
to. Go ahead, Tyler.
No, I was just saying the art is legitimately one of the biggest highlights of this. Like,
Yeah, for
it,
sure.
we are on an audio, thing right now,
Medium.
but
Yeah.
let me tell you, like, listeners, go buy this and look at it and understand how good it really is. And trust me, I've picked some pretty ugly fucking books before. They have been there's been some questionable ones. This one's really, really good.
Yeah.
I want to take issue with the fact that you say you've picked ugly books before. I don't know, like we haven't picked like always good books before, but I don't think they've been ugly.
I think the argument was that Ghost Rider, when we did that one, which was also the Jason Aaron one, the art wasn't for everybody.
Mm.
No, you know what? Now you say that, I think there were pieces of that book where it did not click for me, and that makes sense because I just opened up that post and I'm looking at the list of artists, and I was like, "Yep, those are artists whose work does not entirely click for me sometimes." So, all right.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like I fully get it, right? Because even there's a few of those where I'm like, okay, all right, but I thought it was fun back in the day. So.
Oh, it's still fun, and I mean, like, this book was
Oh, yeah.
fun. Like, again, there were
Book
parts
was
of it
fun.
that were like a bit too over the top. There were parts of it that were exactly the right amount of over the top. The whole thing, like from page 1 to the end, like really fun. Like Aaron nails the turtles. All the artists are doing great work here. Like, would definitely recommend that people pick this one up and give it a read.
And who knew he could predict the goddamn future about politicians?
I mean, it was only like 8 months ago. Like that one's not super
That's true.
hard to see coming.
Yeah,
We read
the writing was on the wall.
we read Avengers Twilight with Trevor semi recently, and like that one came out more recently than it was written. Like I think Chip Zdarsky wrote that in like 2019, and then it got delayed because of COVID and stuff. And like that one's super on the nose for how far out it is from when it came out.
Tyler, can you imagine America taken over by Nazis? I can't.
That's
Can you
crazy.
imagine them
man.
storming the
Can
Capitol?
you imagine?
Oh man, nah.
A president
never
bought
see
and
that
paid
coming.
for it by a corporation? Oh,
Maybe that's
That
our
doesn't
recommendation.
sound right.
Huh?
This is America. This is America. That can't happen.
Never. We have a
Can I make you
constitution.
Can I make you sad about a mostly inconsequential thing, Tyler, before we get into the outro? It's not a
Yeah,
it's not a
sure.
real sad thing, it's just a mostly sad thing.
Yeah,
So,
no.
like, literally, I think, like, a week or 2 after I was like, "Hey, let's read this," um, IDW announced that Jason Aaron's run is gonna end with issue 12, so, like, there's only one more volume after this. So, get it while it's good.
Listen, all good things must come to an end. It's cool. I'll be fine. You say that while I
It w
look over at I have 3 monitors on my desk here because I'm a heathen. And one of them is a Cookie Monster in front of the Indianapolis Pagoda saying, "Gentlemen, start your engines." And that's a real photo. It's not AI. It actually happened in real life, and nothing has brought me more joy because my driver also ended up winning the Brickyard 400 that day. So, like knowing that this, Jason Aaron's run will end was like that blow has been softened because of a picture of Cookie Monster saying, "Gentlemen, start your engines," being off to the side. That is the most random thing
Well,
that I
don't
could ever
worry.
put
I'm
in this
sure
episode.
PBS is going to continue to be funded, and we're going
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
to
no,
Pat,
Pokemon
PBS
soon.
is
no!
oh no.
Oh, no, no.
I was watching PBS the other day, and I came so close to picking up the phone and donating, uh, and becoming a pledging member. But then I remembered I just started a new job and haven't gotten a check yet, so I should probably pump the brakes.
Hold up 1 minute, yeah.
The Joe
Yeah.
Bonamassa at the Hollywood Bowl was fantastic coverage. It was a fantastic program. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sorry, PBS Madison, I cannot contribute this time, but maybe in the future. Not that it needs it, right?
Right?
Survive
Anyway.
without funding, it's fine. Anyways, on that note,
I'm
I
not
think
sure
that
now.
will do it for this month's discussion of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. As always, if you want to get in touch with Pat or myself, you can email us at waitingonthetrade@gmail.com. You can also find more comics-related goodness at mattreadscomics.com. Tyler, is there anywhere you want people to find you at this point in your life?
I'm still over at twitch.tv/TrueKingT every Monday, racing fake race cars or virtual race cars on virtual tracks. They're all virtual, but the racing is real. But yeah, you can find me there.
Nice.
Nice. Thank you so much for coming on to talk about this book with us and reaffirming that, like, I don't know. Again, if this one hadn't hit for you, I think we would have ended the podcast because I don't know an easier layup. I don't know an easier layup book to give to a
This
person to talk
this
about.
was Barry Bonds playing T-ball for you guys. That's what this one
Yeah,
was.
I was like, if we can't knock this one out of the park, I don't know what
Yeah,
we're doing here. So good
yeah.
news, the podcast continues because this book was enjoyable and good.
Listen, we still might not be able to do an intro, and we still give way too much stuff for Pat to edit. But god damn it, we could still pick Ninja Turtle comics that Tyler's gonna read and like, and then we'll do another episode sometime. It'll be great.
Just waiting to see how many instances of me tripping over Juan Ferreira's name Pat leaves in the episode versus how many he cuts. I'm wondering how kind he'll be to me.
No, the real question is how many I'm going to add.
Splice into that loop it. Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
second question I had just now.
But yeah, if this wasn't must listen before, it is now.
Juan Ferreira. Ferreira? My God.